Hi everyone, Monique here. Welcome back to the channel. So I've woken up this morning and I'm inspired to bring this video regarding Saturn return. I don't know how relative this will be for the first Saturn return, only that I'm just going to sort of discuss the feelings and try and put into words the darkness. A week from today, next Wednesday, Australia time, I'll have my first exact return of Saturn, exact to my natal Saturn at 13 degrees something or other in Pisces. But it'll be exact next Wednesday. Now, I really didn't feel this energy until this week, which is interesting because I like to say 3 degree orb, but I really didn't feel it until under 3 degree orb. But I think the energies all got mixed up with the eclipses. But no, this is a different energy. This Saturn energy is a very different energy. And it's bloody depressing is what it is. It's black dog is what it is. And, I made my way out of black dog and that energy of depression, with the Pluto transit. So I haven't felt like this for a very long time. I'm noticing a lot of anger is coming up within me. And I think the anger is because of the restriction, which is what I discussed in the other Saturn return video that I did a week or so ago. I'm feeling restricted, yes, but I'm sort of being used to restriction with Pluto. I was locked in my home for 5 years, basically. So I'm used to that energy. This is different. This is very different. And, I'm calling this video Saturn Return with no filters, because what's happened this week is I've remembered back to that first Saturn return, and it was bloody hell. And I blamed my father, Saturn figure, on a lot that was going on then, because he was right on my back. I was raised with parents that both had south nodes in Capricorn, and being the first child, they hadn't found their north node nurturing until, I don't even know if they've found it now, to tell you the truth. Like I said in the nodes video, it's very easy to operate out of the south node, and some people in this life never move towards their north node. And my parents stayed in their south node Capricorn with their work, with money, and especially the way that they raise their children, their lack of affection, their lack of compassion, their lack of understanding, all of that sort of stuff, the difference between a Capricorn parent and a Cancer parent. And I know what a Capricorn parent was because I was a Capricorn parent to a Capricorn, right? And it's hard and it's coarse and and the reason it's upset me is because I'm internalizing that now. That's the way I've been treated too. That's how I was treated. And so, sorry guys. And so it's very easy with the return of Saturn to internalize and to be really nasty to self. And I know better than this. I know much better than this, but I'm very aware of it. And sabotage is the other thing that I've been experiencing, self-sabotage. And yeah, it's been really difficult this week. And I know that this is, with our first conjunction, yeah, the energy's on. It's the same as with the nodes. When the nodes change signs, we all get used to the energy. Well, it's the same with the conjunctions. So I'm really suffering this week with the Saturn return. However, Saturn's going to make its way all the way up to my natal Chiron in Pisces. And then at 19 degrees, Pisces will retrograde back to 12 degrees. So that will be my second hit. And you guys too, I know there's a lot of you out there that are in this mix now, and this is probably why I'm led to make the video, even though I have had a terrible attitude all week about doing this and about being supported. Another Capricorn issue, Saturn issue, because, you know, it's a one-man show. It's with Saturn and Capricorn. Really, you know, Venus is the only one that will support Saturn. And Mars, you know, Mars loves to be in Capricorn, you know, but Saturn's just his one-man show, really, with all the rings around itself, and no, you can't help me, no, you can't help me, I'm on my own here, seems to be the phrase. Yeah, so I'm making this, I guess, you know, I've been throwing things and swearing on my own, not at anybody. And with the mix of all of this with the eclipses, you know, this is very important for Saturn returns, because, you know, Saturn return is, if you're living your life under somebody else's rules, well, then you're going to get a kick in the ass from Saturn. All right. If you're living the life that by your rules, your own personal rules, nobody's controlling you, nobody's codependent on you, nobody's relying for you to live their life, then Saturn is a little less heavy on you. Now, I know I'm living my life, okay, for me. I know that. Pluto pretty much took everybody out of, well, took everybody that I relied on for support. And now, you know, I'm on my own for my own support. And I don't understand that yet. You know, you never really understand until these transits have finished completely. But we still know Pluto's going back into Capricorn for a couple of months. And it's all energy, okay? You can't go, oh, it's going back late degrees. Well, 29th degree is a very powerful degree, as is the first degree. Okay, it's a power degree. So, you know, having the Saturn return mixed up in all of these eclipses, it's definitely, because when that eclipse hit on Monday previous, and if you're watching this video later down, this is the lunar eclipse in Libra that happened late March, and I'm talking about the solar eclipse. Maybe I've got those mixed up. I'm sorry, I've pretty much woken up to make this video, because if I leave it any longer, I may talk myself out of it, because I don't like to come across looking weak. I don't like, I'm a Capricorn. I don't like to come across being angry old Capricorn, but this, you know, Saturn return, that's the energy. You become a cranky old woman or a cranky old man, and who wants to be that? That's a restriction in itself, you know. So having the Saturn return, and I mean, it's all over for me in January. That will be the last conjunction. Saturn will still remain in Pisces, but, you know, the later births, the 1966s, 1967s, then they will have their conjunction, and the 29-year-olds and the 28-year-olds, the 29-year-olds and the 30-year-olds would be feeling this as well. But this will be their first Saturn return. So this energy could be very new to them if they don't have any other Capricorn influences or Saturn influences in their life. Because society teaches us, yes, that we should do what other people tell us to do, our families and all this thing, and we live entwined in each other's lives just because we're family, you know, and that's going to change in the age of Aquarius, because we are all family. The whole lot of us together are family, not just the crew that you were born to. And we get into dysfunctional patterns because we believe that we've got to abide by the family rules of our our families that we were born into, okay? But Saturn return is definitely about getting you independent and not relying on others for your own worth or your own internal sense of power, right? So it's hit this energy, and it's dark, and I don't like my attitude. I don't like my attitude. You know, it has helped me to cut energies, or to realize that people that I had in my inner circle now have to go out to my outer circle, because they're really not having, you know, a Capricorn can only sort of have a few friends. You count them on a hand. You think 5 friends, you know, and we do very much regard loyalty and support as a reason for having friends, okay? Otherwise, there's the dysfunctional reason of having friends so you don't feel alone, but that you could be choosing the wrong friends. Do you know what I mean? So this eclipses are sorting all of that out through love relationships, family relationships, friendships, work relationships, relationships with the neighbors, relationships with nature. You know, I did say that. Any relationships. Yeah. So the restriction that I discussed in the Saturn return video, it cannot even be, the word restriction isn't enough. You know, and either is isolation, that's more a Pluto word. It's frustration, you know, it's a frustration with life. And as we get older, you know, and we've done the Pluto work, death doesn't really scare people who've been through the Pluto transit. And that's pretty much how I'm feeling at the moment. And you know, there's a bit of shame attached to that, wanting to die, you know, and it's not just, oh, I want to die because these feelings, I'm done, I'm bloody tired, you know, I'm bloody tired. And, you know, I hope that I get energy back for the rest of my life, because if I don't, I really don't think I can operate on the cylinders that I've got running at the moment, because of no support. You know, number one, I'm on my own in this friggin' world, and it's very hard to move forward when there's no one backing you, you know. And I look around here because there's no one. And, you know, you might say, oh, you shouldn't have left your parents. Well, I left a very darn dysfunctional family, and they treated me with such distaste, and they told me regularly they didn't like me. And I just kept hanging around because that's what I thought I was supposed to do. I took the high road, as many people do take the high road, but sometimes the high road is fake, and it's just an excuse for not standing up for yourself, and abuse. So anyway, I'm in white because I knew I'd be bringing a lot of darkness to this video, but, you know, I don't even know if I'll make a video after this. I've pretty much given up on Monday, you know, because it's just an uphill battle, it feels for me, yeah, without support. So, you know, I've got Pluto transiting the 7th house of relationships, so maybe it's all on me, you know, maybe it's my fault, I have no support, but I don't understand. I think, you know, it's not really my fault because everybody's so enmeshed in their family, they haven't got time for me. They are the people I know are so enmeshed in their family, they don't have time for outsiders. So, you know, and to have friends who are outsiders, they need to do their work. Otherwise, I'm stepping into another dysfunctional relationship. So anyway, I feel like I'm sounding like the victim, and probably I am, you know. Saturn in Pisces, when all these feelings come up, and a bit of anger. I have a lot of anger, you know, that I haven't been able to express, frustration, you know, with the limitations, you know, and thoughts of geez, I wish I didn't take the seeker's road, you know, because it's too late for me now. I can't go back and just blend into society and get excited about, you know, the things that people get excited about. Yeah, I run a little deeper than that. But anyway, I don't want to turn you off. If anything, my videos are so that others can identify, resonate, and maybe not kick themselves or think that they're weird because they're feeling angry, frustrated, down in the dumps. Depression, Saturn return is bloody depression. It's black dog. And I know because I've suffered black dog depression all my life from the trauma, the unexpressed grief. Depression is unexpressed grief. And we sit on it. We push the emotions down. And the depression is like concrete. And it just keeps those emotions pushed down. But you can only get away with that for, 4 or 5 decades. You can only get away with pushing emotions down. You're either going to get sick or you got to do the work, the grief work, and heal the wounded child within. So, I hope this helps you, especially around that conjunction, because, it's 1 degree away now. It's moving fast, Saturn. Saturn's picked up speed and moving fast. So next Wednesday is exact, give it a few weeks after that, and then, cello, Saturn. But then she'll be back. And I call her she. It's feminine sign. Capricorn is. Yeah. So it's not easy. Not easy at the moment on your own, when you've got distractions, when you've got kids to look after, when you've got all these things to do, there's no focus within, there's no awareness because your energy's going outside of yourself. But when you're on your own and there's nowhere where you can distract yourself with the phone, which, I've done, and movies and stuff, just because I can't stand the head. It's even been hard to meditate. So, yeah. So that's it. Very depressing video. I'm very sorry. But it's normal if you want to kill yourself and you want to die. If you feel like doing that, I mean, Saturn is very level-headed energy. There's got to be a whole lot of other stuff for that to occur, but it's pretty down in the dumps, darkness. And I'm not living my life for anybody else, and I'm still feeling it, but it's cutting back, cut back what's not serving. It's very much in alignment with this eclipse, a Saturn return. It's cut back, minimalize, if you're living your life for somebody else's terms, then you're going to have a hard Saturn return, okay? And I'm not, and that's why I've only just felt it a week before the actual conjunction. And this is, remember, it's not new energy for me because I'm a Capricorn, okay? So I know what this feels like for a lifetime, but the Saturn return is a lot heavier, right? So if you're not used to depression and you're used to being up high all the time, well, you're going to feel this. It's like a big wet blanket laid on top of you, and it's very hard for your family and friends to understand, other than, you're in the dumps. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it there. That siren was enough. But do the work, okay? Because, the work can have you sick. It's interesting. I found out about the royals. Prince Charles has a Leo rising, sick. Kate Middleton, Leo rising, sick. Now, they've had Pluto go through their 6th house, like I have. Well, what did I do? I sat at home and did my inner work. They've been running around looking after other people. Pluto transits, okay? If they're going into the 6th house, you've got to do the work or you're going to get sick. I've heard another astrologer say when Pluto leaves the 6th house, sometimes people get cancer. And on the way I feel at the moment, I'm like, bring it on, I'm out of here because I'm exhausted, and I don't fear death and I don't have anything to live for. So I don't fear death, but yeah, people who are going to have their Pluto transit through the 6th, you really do need to change everything about your health. And I did do that, you know, and I cried and I let all the energy out. But I can imagine the poor royals don't have time to do that because they're so busy focusing outside of themselves, you know. That's just an addendum I've been thinking about when I found out that they've both got the Leo rising. And so is the Queen, you know, the wife of Charles. She's got a Leo rising as well. And interesting. All right, my friends, this was really just about Saturn. I hope you're well. I don't know what my video schedule is. I'm not going to do the same weekly energies and all that sort of stuff because that needs support, you know, that needs comments, it needs that sort of thing. And my videos are just going to dwindle down. And if I feel like I'm doing this for nothing, then I'll just give up. That's who I am. It's just who I am, you know, because I can do anything. I'm a creative. So, you know, hopefully today I'm going to join a choir, Aboriginal choir. It's not my country. My country's further down south of Australia, but they've allowed me in, and you know, that hopefully is going to help heal and soothe my soul. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. bit of an emotional mess, but I do believe in bringing authenticity to my videos, and this is just how I am at the moment with this Saturn return. All right, guys, if you're going through it, you know, I'm sorry, but it's pretty normal and you're not alone. Okay, I say that all the time, you're not alone. All right, guys, namaste.